So, something I just wanted to mention, the most important thing to recognize, right, is understanding that there are certain dialogues that we entertain. We get to have internal conversations about ourselves in a way that either is depicting an actual identity that empowers us or disempowers us. For example, if you're going to say to yourself, well, I'm going to only start my product price at this amount because I suck. I'm not good at what I do as of yet. I suck. Therefore, when I start working, I'm only assuming to get just a few clients because right now I suck. You see, you'll never function from a place of authority because you don't even believe in your own competence because your inner dialogue is already speaking defeat. You're already saying you suck before you even gain the ability to have the actual outcome be produced as a result of you taking action and finding out if you actually did suck or not. But you already gave yourself the confirmation before you even took action. You already told yourself you suck. So I've understood one thing is you've got to have victory in your inner dialogue so that you can have victory in your external action, attitude, and the way that you move forward. So therefore, when you put a price tag on something, when you start to go out and actually seek clients, you tell yourself, I'm actually the best at what I do. And then you function when it comes to putting a price out of that identity. I'm actually the best at what I do. And then you function from a place of serving your client with that kind of authority because you need to speak victory before it actually ensues. Before you get the good or bad outcome, your inner dialogue needs to always have victory and never defeat. So it's always important to recognize, what are you saying about yourself? What are you saying about yourself? How are you depicting yourself? And I'm noticing that that dialogue is ultimately the way that you will recognize how you perceive you. And it doesn't even matter about your price points and your pursuit of clients. It could be anything. You studying for a test, you wanting to go speak to somebody that you have, emotional connections with. So you wanting to, find yourself just going about your day, wanting to have victory in it. Doesn't matter what you are doing. What you have to understand is, what are you saying? How's your inner speech? How's your inner dialogue? What identities do you have? I'm not good enough. I'm not ready. I suck. I'm not actually the right person. You cannot be defeated by a battle. You cannot be defeated in a battlefield where you are the only participant. That's not a war you should ever lose. You cannot lose in a battlefield where you are the only participant. That's a war that is illegal to lose. Your inner dialogue is vital. It's absolutely vital. And you have to understand, what is it that you are saying about you. Because here's one thing, nobody's going to tell you what you should believe about you. But what you believe about you will be in alignment with the way that you treat yourself, with the way that you take action, with the way that you are bold and assertive. Actually, the way that you act is a representation of the way that you feel. The way that you carry yourself is the representation of the way that you think about you. If you really see yourself as a winner, you speak, you act, you dress up, you carry you as a person with victory. Victory is what you have, but victory is what you have to say you have, so that you can have it in that battlefield where you are the only one in the ring. And it got me to understand that it's intentional. You've got to be intentional with your words. You've got to be intentional with how you depict you. You know, this is the lesson that I just wanted to mention. A person who has the ability to become assertive will never feel anxious. A person who has the ability to be bold will never feel anxious, because anxiety comes from an actual thought of defeat. Anxiety comes from an actual thought of defeat. You've got to understand the way that you think about something, how you perceive the potential outcome will be, is resulting in your actual anxiety. So I'll always say this: no matter the outcome, have the best you in that situation. So ask yourself, okay, things might go my way, things might not go my way. Which version am I bringing in both? Ask yourself that question. Which version are you bringing in both? Because the one that you bring that has those anxious thoughts is the one that's speaking defeat. I can tell you right now, because the one that has the best version of you has courage. And you can only be courageous if you're saying victory, if you're speaking victory. If you're speaking victory. If you're speaking victory, what are you saying? What are you saying? If you feel that some worst case scenario will happen, okay, how are you going to engage in that actual worst case scenario being the best version of you? How would the best version of yourself carry on in this situation? What kind of decisions would you make? What kind of words would you share? What kind of attitude would you have? Now, it takes courage to be that person, and therefore it requires victory dialogue for you to become that individual. Win the battle where you are the only participant. Speak victory over your situation and have that be the identity that you carry, that you now cloak yourself with in every situation, so that you can step in victory no matter the situation. With all that being said, this is Bay 70 Panther. Keep that in mind.